Cooks come in all different shapes, sizes, ages, different professions. Anybody can cook. You just need to have passion.
A villain, a hussy, and a village idiot.
When that first camera went up in my face, oh my God.
First, I have to thank you all for joining me and giving me your time and for facing reality and going and sharing your beautiful selves on reality television. My first question has to be, and maybe I'll start alphabetically. Ashley, why reality television? I know you obviously love to cook, but what was the spark that initially got you thinking, you know what, MasterChef might be something that I would like to do?
So my MasterChef journey actually began in 2018 when I applied for season 6 and I got so
Wow.
far. So this has been just a continuation for me of just, trying to show Canada what I can do and that, cooking and good cooks come in all shapes, forms, different careers, different ages, everything. So it's pretty cool that they have a show that we can showcase our skills on. So I just kept going for it. And I guess season 8 was my year to get on, but not my year to win.
So for me, it was really about like the pursuit of mastery. So it's like I've been investing in my cooking skills for 15 years. And I like the food that I eat. My family likes the food that I eat, but none of them are professional chefs. And so if you really want to push yourself and develop your skills, like it's good to put yourself in like a competition mode and get critiqued and all that stuff, right? It shows you how far you've come. Like I've made the top 15. And I was like, holy crap, like this is amazing, right? But also humbled me at the same time because I didn't make it to the top 12. So it's like it also shows you like, okay, you still have so much more to go. So like that was really for me the reason why I wanted to do this.
And you definitely, I think it proved that you went to the right place for that mastery environment, right? Did you
Yeah.
feel that? Were the stakes really high?
Oh yeah, like anybody of the top 15 could have been that top 12 and like anybody can win this thing. Like it's so cool to be in a room full of cooks who are just as good as you and just as passionate as you because like you don't get that experience at home at all, right? So it was just like a really cool thing to do.
And I definitely agree with you. Everything looked amazing to me. The judges have a hard job because I would have just said, you know what,
Yeah.
let's do
Looks
a
pretty
top
good.
50. Veronica, were some of those reasons similar to the reason why you decided you wanted to go on reality television?
No, they're great answers, but they're not mine. My three reasons why I wanted to step in specifically into MasterChef was I wanted to test myself to see what I was made of. To be in an incubator of intense pressure and passion with fierce competitors required a calling on my character of refinement, of strengthening and development. I wanted to see what I was made of. The second reason is I have four beautiful daughters, ages 6, 12, 22, and 27. I'm also a cooker. And so I wanted to show my children what bravery looks like because I'm always like, you can do it. Like, you be brave, be brave. If I'm saying that to my children, also need to be modeling that for them and showing them what adventure looks like and how we can step into the wilderness of the unknown in pursuit of adventure at any age, at any stage at life. And so I wanted to model that for my children. And the third reason is being an Indigenous woman, it was really important for me to be a role model of excellence in the culinary arts and to bring representation to reality TV, well, specifically TV in general. And so those are my three reasons why I wanted to participate in MasterChef.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. And I think reality television has so much power for all of those things. And particularly, you hit on something that came up in season one of Facing Reality, which is this idea of like pushing yourself and how unique of an opportunity going on a reality show really is. Ashley, did you feel that kind of once in a lifetime unique vibe? Or did you feel like when you were in it, did you feel like this actually has a similar stress level or a similar environment to another thing I've done in the past?
Oh God, no. There's nothing more stressful than being in the MasterChef Canada kitchen. No, it is definitely its own unique experience. And it's so cool because I got to be in like this little microcosm of, like Danielle said, like all of these amazing home cooks, and anybody could have won it. But we became so close so fast because we're just a little MasterChef Canada family. And you know what? I'll cherish those relationships forever. We definitely have bonds for life. And that kitchen is no joke. That stress is real.
I loved when you said that, some of the first to go home, but that you were still really proud of yourself because of like kind of this massive adventure. And that hit for me. And I think you all should be because yeah, as I talk to people from other reality shows, and I was on a reality show myself, I think that is one thing across the board in all these different competitions. It's really something that you have to push yourself for. It's a such a unique thing. And in no other scenario are you really going for it in all the ways. And Daniel,
And
I'd
it's
love
like
to,
it's all
yeah,
you're totally exposed. Like there's nowhere to hide. Like your your strengths and weaknesses are just like on display with nine cameras ready to zoom in at the drop of an egg or whatever, you know? And so, as Ashley said, like it's tremendous pressure and stress.
and that's such a great point because it's not only it's the double bind of the stress, but also more, being perceived than you're ever kind of experiencing at all. So it's almost kind of therapeutic in that way because you're so honed in on the task. Well, you're being watched, but you have to kind of let that go and it becomes like meditative. Daniel, did you experience that? Like, especially when they say, like, okay, ready, get your knives, and the time is on the clock, everything else kind of falls away. Is that
The first cook, no. Like I will say, like I like it's. I think it's the first year, at least that I remember, where it's like you walk into a pressure test right away. I don't think they've done that in any other seasons, and I'm thankful they did. And I'm thankful it wasn't like an elimination pressure test because I think it gave us all the experience of like, cooking in the kitchen for the first time. Like you don't know where anything is, so you're trying to go around like figuring things out. I've never cooked on a gas stove before. I had so much trouble getting my pans hot enough. Like there was just so much stuff that you just don't know. And then I was fine until that first camera zoomed on my face, and then I started shaking. Like I
Yeah.
could not stop shaking. And I was like, "Oh my God, what is this? Like, what did I get myself into here?" So I'm glad we did two cooks in the first episode because after that was done, the jitters just went away. Like once we all cooked our signature dish, like I was having a great time. Like I was having fun. I was cooking from the soul, tasting my food, smelling it. Like it was so much fun on that second cook. But the first one, like again, like when that first camera went up in my face, oh my God, you just like you're not ready for it. And the other thing is like I was really there for the cooking experience, and I did not spend enough time thinking about the TV show aspect of this, right? And it was like, whoa, this is a TV show. There's cameras everywhere. They're asking me questions. Like, what?
It just felt really surreal. It was surreal, and it was quite interesting being behind the scenes and watching how the sausage is made, like just all that is required for the production of it. That was quite fascinating, and I was actually quite nervous on how I was going to be presented. Like once the show came out, and my friend said, "Oh, he's an older gentleman." And he said, shows like this, they just want to make sure the contestants are having a good time, that everyone looks good." I said, "What reality show are you talking about?" No, they need ratings. There's a story to be told. And I said, "There's usually a villain, a hussy, and a village idiot. And I better not be any of those three portrayed on TV." And I would say the editing, like how the production was done, and what was put out there for season one was excellent. I'm like, all these
Mhm.
people here behind the scenes, they're Olympians in their work, and I was very pleased. So I was like, it was a surreal experience the whole time. I was just like, what is life? Um, and afterwards, it's been a ride. Honestly, like just the whole thing, there's been a lot of time for reflection, for consideration of what I learned from this experience. And yeah, overall, it was just a very rich experience that I'm so grateful for.
Oh,
And
I
one
love that.
point add to Ashley's, like we were put in, like it was a fast bond because even though we're all competing for number one, it's such a unique experience, and we're all kind of like freaking out of like not knowing what to expect and wanting to do our best, and it was an instant bond.
I love that. And I love your rundown of reality TV characters. I myself am a hussy, the village idiot, and a villain all in one.
All in
So
one. We're gonna get a shirt for you that says that, Sarah.
love your comments about like how it allows this space for self-reflection and growth. Like I know I'm still kind of growing based on my experience, and it's been 10 years ago now. So I'd love to circle back that and ask you, starting with Ashley, do you feel that even though it was brief for you guys on the show, which I'm bummed about, do you still feel you got something out of it?
I got a lot out of it. I put myself out there. I got to show Canada what I'm made of. And that, yeah, like I said before, like cooks come in all different shapes, sizes, ages, different professions. Anybody can cook. You just need to have passion. Okay, everybody can learn. So it's just a really great blessing to have been asked to compete on the show. And I have memories for life and friends for life, like I mentioned. So I was just thrilled.
Oh, that's fantastic. Daniel, what about you?
Yeah, like for me, um, like uh, I'm gonna get a bit vulnerable here. Um, I had worked in tech for a number of years, and in that environment, like good is never good enough. And so it was always you have to make more money. You have to get a promotion. And like, I did things that nobody else I know did. And I still felt like my life, my career was a failure. And so I got into this like really, really big funk through burnout and a bunch of other stuff. And MasterChef was the thing that was just for me, that nobody told me I needed to do this. It was just for me. And the whole experience from applying and my wife encouraging me through the auditions and everything to getting ready for it, going to film, watching the thing on TV, like the whole thing just made me realize like like before I went to film, my wife told me like you are so cool. And it was this like little thing that stuck with me. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I do have a successful life. I do have a lot of things that I can be very, very proud of, including MasterChef. It's like everybody thinks like, oh, I didn't make the top 12, but I made the top 15. Like, I don't know how many people applied for this thing, but it's more than 15. Uh, so so it's like it's
Absolutely. A
really
whole
like
lot more.
thinking about all of that and really realizing like you know what it's like there's a lot of growth not just in like my cooking skills and showing that kind of progress but also just like a lot of self-reflection and internal growth that happened throughout the entire process.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I couldn't relate more. The reason why I'm even doing this series and why I went on reality television in the first place is a lot of the reasons you were describing about my own satisfaction with what I was doing already. And so, even at the end of the day, even if it's just like something fun and different and creative that we can do for ourselves as reality television performers, I think the power in that is just so massively huge, you know? And then also the community that we're forming. And MasterChef also has that little extra element of something beautiful like food, which is important Ashley, to your comment that like everybody can cook. These are things that we can all do. And Daniel, I hope what I'm taking from your little message there is that not only can we all cook, but we can all do the things that we set our hearts and minds to do. And we're cool enough and we're smart enough and we're funny enough to put ourselves out there. And Veronica, it brings me back to your point about putting yourself out there and doing it for not just yourself but your family and your friends and the ripple effects of that. I think it's really, really beautiful. I have to thank you all so much for facing reality and being able to make those sacrifices. It's not an easy thing, and be on reality television. And I can't wait to watch the rest of MasterChef Canada, as I'm sure you all will be watching. We will miss you, but where can we follow you guys for your thoughts on the season and see what you guys will be up to in the future?
Currently, I'm not overly active on social media, but my Instagram is active and it's at Ashley Treadway 87.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, Daniel G. Hebert, Hebert. That's my main handle. I share a lot of food pictures on there. I like food photography and I like to cook and I like plating and all that stuff. So
And
yeah,
he is a shining star in it. He's going places with it.
Veronica's now my number one cheerleader,
I
by the way.
am. I like his growth is awesome.
And
Um,
Veronica,
yeah,
we're in love with you too. So huge fans already. Where can we find you and keep up with you?
Well, you can be sure to follow me at thegoodplace.official on Instagram, or if you're in the Facebook demographic of 35 to 45, on Facebook for The Good Place. And The Good Place is a social enterprise that is on mission to strengthen the Indigenous community and empower others on their healing journey. That's done through three ways: cultural reclamation, food security, and sharing Indigenous history. You can see how that's unpacked on The Good Place. And I do have very, hopefully, 99.9% sure I have big news unfolding in a few weeks. And it's my goal through The Good Place to own Canada's most recognized Indigenous brand. So stay tuned.
Oh, there is nothing more and powerful than that. So I will be following along with The
Please
Good Place.
do.
Absolutely. Thank you all so, so much. It was a pleasure to chat with you. I was not recording. Oh, yes, I was. Yes,